All right, it's time. Hi, welcome everybody. I'm excited. It's Saturday afternoon. It's time for piano, okay? Now, if you're joining me live, go ahead and type a comment so I can say hi. It's fun having live classes because I can actually interact with you guys. I know that there's a couple of you watching right now. So, awesome. Before we actually get started on our lesson, could you do some things for me? Can you like and share this video? Just let everybody know that it's time for your piano lesson and to not bug you, right? The second thing is if you could subscribe, right? So the button's like right there. We're right here on YouTube. Subscribe. You can do that. The next thing, of course, is if you can check out the campsite link below in the description if you haven't joined our Discord community, okay? So Discord is great because that's like the place where we're building our piano learning community. We're full of supportive students. We cheer each other on. You get feedback from me and interaction from me, and you get all of the studio announcements. So join Discord if you want to be a part of it, okay? I'd love to have you. And finally, of course, I'm on Patreon, right? So Patreon's excellent because that's the way that you make sure that I'm taken care of, right? So if you can spare $3 or $5 or even $10 a month to help support these lessons that I've been bringing to you for almost a year, can you think about that? Then I would love to have your financial support. I'm a mainly donation-based studio, so I run on your donations. So if you want to be a part of that and help keep me going, I would really appreciate it. All right, excellent. Let's get to the music. All right, so let's pull out our book, okay? We're here in the Adult All-in-One. Woohoo, there it is. Level 1, we're going to turn to page 107, okay? Now, 107, last week we learned all about the blues, right? Yeah, the blues formula, what it means to play the blues, the different chords involved in it, and the rhythmic fluctuations that really make it something special, right? So just make sure that you're on that page and we can talk a little bit about the blues formula. I wrote it down for you guys, right? So here's a quick reminder. The blues formula, you have 4 measures of the 1 chord, 2 measures of the 4 chord, 2 measures of the 1 chord, 1 measure as a bridge of the V7 chord, 1 measure of the 4 chord, and then ending with 2 measures of the 1 chord, okay? Excellent, very good. And guess what? The song that we had assigned from last week, our Got Those Blues, follows the formula. So you can actually see it happening in real time, okay? Now, I know last week's song was a tricky song. I know. I got some feedback from you guys that you wanted some more time to practice this one. And I agree, okay? So just to note, we are keeping this song, okay? Got Those Blues. But let's spend some time working out the practicing on this one, okay? I'll switch to piano view and we can start working on it together, okay? Here we go. All right. Wonderful. So I'm here in piano view. Always looks nice. We've got Those Blues on page 107. And we talked a little bit about how this one can be played with straight rhythm and uneven or a lilt rhythm, okay? The first time we play this, Got Those Blues, we're going to do it in a straight rhythm, okay? And we begin with the 1 chord in the left hand in C major, C position. Excuse me. And we have a 5-3-1 1 chord, okay? In the right hand, we have our thumb on E and pinky on C above it, okay? It's stretching out like a 6th, all right? Everybody good? Everybody there? Let me see here. Is this stretching a little bit? Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Well, let's get started playing this piece and see how it sounds. Straight rhythm, nice and slow. Let's give it a try. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Wonderful. Okay, so let's chat about it. Let's chat. Okay, so we're here. If you've got your pencil around, go ahead and grab it, okay? Because we're going to be doing some pencil marks, okay? All of line 1 is playing the 1 chord for the left hand. I'm going to circle the pink Roman numeral 1 that they have there, okay? Now, at the beginning of line 2, you're going to notice the right hand has a B flat on top and an E on the bottom, okay? That creates something called a tritone, okay? This is part of it, okay? So that tritone, the first interval in the second line, right hand, give that a circle, okay? So you're aware of that change. Now, in the second measure of the second line, this is the first time that we've got the 4 chord, okay? If we're following that formula, 2 measures of the 4 chord, okay? In the right hand now we have that 6th interval, but the bottom note's an E flat this time, okay? So make a note of that one in the middle there. I'm going to show you real quick. This one, all right? Now, that first one is fine. The second one happens again, right? E flat and then the 4 chord, okay? Now, in line 3, we return back to the 1 chord, right? And if we're looking at that formula again, we have 2 measures of the 1 chord, okay? So we know that one. I'm going to give that one a circle too. After those 2 measures of the 1 chord, we have 1 single measure of a V7 chord, okay? That consists of our B, F, G in the left hand and an F and a D in the right, okay? The first measure of the 4th line is the 4 chord, right? And we have 1 measure of that, so give that a circle as well. It does have the E flat on the bottom, thumb for the right hand as well, okay? After that single measure of a 4 chord, we move into the final pattern, 2 measures of the 1 chord, and we give that Roman numeral a circle as well, okay? Now for some added flavor and drama at the end, we have a B flat in the right hand fermata, okay? So I like to give that a circle too. This is why I asked you to grab your pencil, huh? Lots of pencil marks. But that's okay, all right? All of these things are going to be visual cues to tell us exactly what we're doing, okay? Now, let's see if we can play this one more time. We're going to do it straight rhythm once more. I want you to see if you can also pinpoint where those dynamic changes are happening, okay? There's a big diminuendo in line 2 and then a crescendo in line 3. There's like a section in there that's supposed to be quieter than others, okay? If you notate it, it's going to be the section where it's the 4 chords in between into the formula, okay? 2 measures of the 4 chord and the 2 measures of the 1 chord. That's where it's going to be quiet, okay? Let's switch to piano view. All right. Very good, very good. Oh, I'm wondering why this says, oh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when we're doing live classes, you'll see that it kind of like has to catch up with the signal. So if there is ever anything that's preventing this lesson from streaming, and if it's that bad, then we will make sure to re-record, okay? Let's get into position. We have our 1 chord in the left hand. We have our thumb on E and our pinky on C for the right hand. And it's a strong forte, so let's get started. 1, 2, ready, play. Back to 1 chord. it together. Very nice with that. I'm proud of that effort that you're giving. Yeah, blues is not something that you can just learn in a week. For many blues musicians, it is a lifetime of learning that goes behind the blues. It might be a simple formula on paper and on our whiteboard, but to really feel the blues, you have to experience some certain things in your life. Some struggles, some strife, some really hard times. Because then it helps communicate the emotion behind the blues. And that's not something that you can learn from a book. Okay, we try our best, we learn those formulas. But to really understand the blues, take a look at some really legendary blues musicians, and then you can really start to understand why it's such an important part of music history, okay? Let's get back to the music. So got those blues, right? So we just did everything in straight rhythm. It's interesting, but it's not that interesting. So a lot of times you get blues musicians that sort of inject a lot of their personality. They put some lilt into the eighth note rhythms to make it feel more, just keep your audience hooked, right? Hooked and interested. You want to be able to keep them captivated because perhaps those lyrics are telling a story, right? Maybe it's telling a story and you need to make sure that they're really, really listening to it, okay? So we're going to start injecting a little bit of lilt or uneven pattern to our eighth notes. So that way you get a little bit of that feel for the blues, okay? Also, this isn't really written in, but the very final chord in the left hand, there's a 1 chord, right? It could be very plain. But for us, I want to try inserting something called a tremolo. And that's like where you go back and forth on the keys. Right? Something like that. So let's give that a try, okay? We'll switch to piano view. I apologize for my coughing today. Okay, so I am in C position for the left hand. I've got my thumb on E and stretched my pinky to the C for an open 6th, okay? Here we go. We're gonna add that lilt, so it's gonna feel a little bit like it's lazy, like it's a little bit more free, okay? Let's see if we can do that. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Did you see that? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so the tremolo, that's like another one of those like musical elements that you can apply to blues music because it is all about like connecting and personality and injecting it with something that's special to you, right? You'll hear it a lot. It's so fun. Tremolos are all over the place, but this is like, it's just fun to do it, okay? So let's see maybe if we can keep this Got Those Blues for one more week. Inject that personality in there. Give it that lilt, that unevenness to the eighth notes. Connect with it, okay? And we'll check it next week, okay? Yay! Very good. I'm proud of you guys. All right, so turn the page. And on page 108, we've got a new symbol, and then we also have a little bit more about that chord and blues progressions, okay? So the natural sign here, I was supposed to make a poster and I forgot. That's okay. The natural sign looks like this, okay? The natural sign cancels out a sharp or a flat, okay? So when you see that written in your music, you're gonna go back to the regular note, okay? it can be written in front of any note that used to be a sharp or a flat. It can also cancel out a second note within the same measure that has a sharp or a flat. So perhaps the first time you play it, it's sharp. But then when they put a natural sign in front of it when it appears a second time, that means it's going to be a regular note, okay? Now we get to have a C major blues progression warm up, which is really fun, in the sort of like the middle of the top of page 108. Let's play through that warm up line, okay? Okay, so it says the C major blues chord progression. It starts with a 1 chord, right? So there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, up to a 4 chord, 3, 4, and 4, 2, 3, 4, back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to a V7, 2, 3, 4, and a 4, 2, 3, 4, back to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, see, that's fun. And what's even cool is like if you feel like switching it, like have the right hand play the chords too. It's always good practice to get both hands balanced with that technique, okay? Now, we have another song here that we're going to get called Chasing the Blues Away. It's sort of still emulating this blues formula that we've learned the past 2 weeks, but it's presented in a different way, okay? So let's see if we can learn this piece, okay? All right, I'll switch back to piano view. There we go. Excellent. All right, so we're starting in C position, but look what it says for the right hand. We are going to start with the finger 1 on E, okay? Looks like we're going to be playing a block 1 chord in the left hand, okay? So most of the movement's happening in the right hand. I'm going to say my note names as I play in the right hand, okay? Very slowly. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. E, D, F, F sharp, G, hold. E, E, F, F sharp, G, F with the finger 1, G, C, rest. Then we have a 4 on your G. E, E flat, F, F sharp, G, hold. E flat, F, F sharp, G, F natural, E, G, rest. Now 2 on A, G, B, 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 B flat, E, B. Very good. A, G, G, A, C, C, rest. 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 And then it repeats. Okay, well, that was like some really funky fingers and some funky singing. Let's see if we can try just the right hand by itself. I think that will help because since the left hand just follows the blues formula, I don't think we need to necessarily work on that. So let's just do the right hand, all right? We'll switch back to piano view and we'll play it through once more. Okay, so looking here again, we've got our E, all right? E with the finger 1. Let's see how this opening phrase sounds, okay? 1, 2, ready, play. E, F, F sharp, G. E, E, F, F sharp, G. F, G, up to C. Rest, 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 rest. Let's see here. And then it goes 4 on G. 4, 4, 2, E flat, F, F sharp, G, hold. E flat, F, F sharp, G, F, E, G, rest. rest, rest. 2 on A. A, G, B, 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 flat B. Hold. A, G, G, A, C, C. Rest, rest. And then it continues with the resting. Very good. All right, that's better, okay? So let's do that for our practice for this week. Let's do this hands apart. Sometimes it's better to do it like that because we want to make sure that we've got each and every hand and each and every intricate finger exactly where it needs to be at the right time, okay? When we attempt to do it hands together again, then we can take it super, super slowly and be able to play everything at the correct time, okay? Now, I'm gonna play Chasing the Blues Away once more, but this time I'm not gonna say anything as I play. And I will do the repeat, okay? I want you to be able to see and hear what my fingers are doing without any distractions, okay? Let's do it. All right. All right, so here we go. Starting in C position, we've got our thumb on E, right hand, and our 1 chord in our left hand, okay? I'll count off, and you listen very carefully. Watch those fingers and watch those notes, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Repeat. And there you go. There is Chasing the Blues Away. Excellent. Very nice. Okay, so I hope you're feeling a little bit more confident about this, okay? Little by little, you're going to understand these rhythms and understand these fingers and these patterns over time, okay? Practicing is going to be the best way to assure that you're going to reach this piano learning goal, okay? Learning the blues is a big deal, right? Because once you learn the pattern, learn the formula, you can apply it to any key on the piano, right? So if we were to do it in G major, right? So something similar to that. That probably wasn't a good example. That's okay. All right, well, you've done a wonderful job today learning your piano pieces. Remember, we're going to keep our Got Those Blues, and our new song is Chasing the Blues Away, okay? Those are your 2 songs for this week. There won't be any theory this week, so woohoo, yay, no theory. But I do encourage you to perhaps look up like blues singers or blues musicians on YouTube and just listen to them, right? I want you to start understanding what the blues is really about, all right? It would be a fun experiment and like maybe a really cool rabbit hole to dive into over the weekend. So, all right, excellent. Thank you so much. All right, so before we disconnect, we've got a couple reminders. I'm on Patreon. If you like my lessons, if you like my teaching style, if you think that you just want to be like a super fan and sign up for that, that's cool too, right? So join the $3 level on Patreon. All of this helps me, right? Because software, equipment, time, everything that goes into making these live broadcasts a reality week after week after week for nearly a year now it's like mind-blowing. It costs money, and it's definitely something that I need help with, right? I want to keep doing this, so consider joining. 73 of your peers have already joined, so pick something that works for you and help me out. All right, very nice. Yeah, I mentioned Discord before. Don't forget, please join if you're following along. I'd love to meet you, like officially on Discord. We have an intros channel, we have a pets channel, we have chit chat channel, we have song requests. We have lots of fun on Discord, and I would love to have you there, okay? And last, subscribe. It's just right there. You can do it. Thanks again for watching. We had a really good time, but we've got to end with our music quote. We do this every lesson. Yes. Every single lesson we end with a music quote, and we have been. It's so fun. So today's music quote comes from the American funk The American funk, soul, and jazz composer, Roy Ayers. And this is what he says. The true beauty of music is that it connects people. That's very true. Yeah, it's definitely one of those ways that human beings can connect. And it doesn't even matter if we come from the same place or from like completely different places on earth. Music is sort of like that universal language that everybody can enjoy and everybody feels connected to each other with it. That's another thing about blues music too, is like blues music helps us connect on a deeper level about struggles that we've had, and putting it into something beautiful and something heartfelt like blues, it just makes sense. Sometimes blues makes you cry. Sometimes blues makes you feel like a little bit of revenge, right? And sometimes blues just lets you sit in your sadness and it's telling you that it's okay, right? That's completely fine, okay? So yeah, music is that thing that connects every single person on this planet. I hope you enjoyed our lesson. I'll see you guys next week, okay? Get some practice in. I'll see you later. Bye.